we'll do better than that. But yeah. You keep the realistic numbers, I'll keep the Google 10x numbers, dude.
Yeah. Go for it.
Alright, man. We just finished the one-on-one with Robert. We talked about how X27 is doing, and basically the weekly update. We do that once a week. Yeah, the 3 consults. 2 are one's with a new client who got another hour. 1 is a part 2, where we're checking up on their cold emails to see how they are. And then the 3rd one is a new client, and we'll kind of see how they do. This is everything I got in the room right now. I got this Fran Snyder fish shirt. I'm doing a collab right now for our clothing company, Whoa Hello. And this is my Whoa Hello lab.
This is where Alex takes the ladies to the love seat.
This is my love seat. This is a Heron Preston that I lovingly cut into pieces to try to create some art. And now, this is not a love seat actually, it's an art installation. I got these samples in yesterday. Hopefully, if we time it right, I'm getting a new Whoa Hello hat.
I'm gonna do the rest of the house.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna expose. I'm just gonna let you guys see how dark it really is in here.
My light bulb's burned out.
This is what it looks like in here.
I don't know what you want.
That would be white wall if there was lights. Peanut butter, that's very important for being an entrepreneur. The diet of Berman. Mayo, eggs, that looks like rice, cheese, and lemon juice. This is a secret diet.
Oh yeah. All I eat is, right now I've been cooking egg and tomato. It's a Chinese recipe. Scrambled egg and tomato with white rice. And that's what I've been eating.
So what's behind that plastic wrap?
That used to be my master bathroom. There was like this big bubble in the roof and there were like drips coming down right above the shower. And then at one point, just the entire thing just collapsed. And in there is the wreckage. And they taped this up because they said there's a bunch of mold.
Welcome to Vegas, bro.
That's what I'm saying, I'm about to move.
This is how he lives, just not in the living room. It's just like, it's super, super bare bones, and he's just all about his businesses and like staying busy. Pretty cool.
I'm expecting at least a 6 to 8%. So 100 emails sent, 6 meetings. That'd be cool. So you're emailing local businesses, video production work. How personalized is this?
They're all pretty personalized. So I did a spreadsheet with personalized compliments for each one.
You're doing the first lines. Dude, you're doing this exactly as we talk about. This is great. What are the stats on this email? Like, what are the open rates? Okay, so 2 out of 20 positive response. It's a 10% meeting book rate. And I mean, dude, there's nothing I would change. The only thing I would change is send more. I have feedback on your video too.
Tom and Vicky, if you're watching, I want to thank you guys for getting back to me. I am super thrilled to be pitching you guys.
That's where you got me, dude.
Has,
You're not pitching them. Super thrilled to be pitching me, dude. I would just change the frame of your video and just be like, hey, huge fan of your rest. Just hit it hard. Like, hey, thanks for getting back, guys. This is surreal. You know, I was just eating at your restaurant yesterday. I really love your steak tartare. It's epic. Anyway, I had this idea for a video, and here's what I wanted to share. And then jump into it. And just talk about the art, dude. Look at their website and be like, oh, dude, this food's amazing.
Oh,
and you might do it later in the video. The problem is when you send a 4-minute pitch and the first 30 seconds make it seem like you're a sales guy that's trying to slug through this instead of an artist, which is what they want. That's where you're going to start seeing the meeting book rate go down. Or some people want more structure. Like you were talking about my videos, how you had to really dig. A course is more structured. Like our course has that step-by-step, so you know exactly what's going to be, what you need to actually do. And that's what I do find valuable about courses versus free YouTube stuff, is it is an actual structure. Like somebody's handing you something, you can just implement it. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it is all out there for free too. X27 wasn't paying me enough, and I needed more money to live in LA. So I was doing like $100 an hour consulting for that. And then I really like it because it actually is the best way to hone my skills. I learn more from consulting, especially on the actual email side, than I do from any other thing, from cold email. Because this is basically like, I'll give advice, they implement, they come back and they tell me whether the advice was good or not. This is like 10,000 hours. This is the feedback process.
I mean, it was not really a big changes that you gave me, but it changed everything.
What's the meanest thing you've done to like an employee? or a client? Have you ever like gone off on somebody and just
No.
snapped on them?
I don't really yell, man. Once you start yelling, so you lose all power. It's much better to, I don't know, I'll get angry inside and I'll get frustrated, and then I'll just express it like I'm not angry. Actually, talking about mentors, dude. My mentor, Tom Tancredi from Dom and Tom, taught me this, dude. He said his secret is that he's always angry. You know, he stole that from the Avengers. And it's true. You know, if you're just always angry at a nice little anger level, a nice little frustration level, then it's fine. It's much better than exploding.
You don't think you'd ever have like a big office with 30 cold emailers and you get like a ping pong table and play ping pong while everyone else is working all day?
No, there's no point. There's so much overhead to having full-time employees. I was talking to an agency owner 4 days ago, and his monthly, he had 50 employees, and he was spending $250,000 a month or something like that just on these people's salaries, regardless of whether they have clients or not. So no, I don't think there's a point. I think people are happy working at home. I think people are happy being paid for doing work and then not being paid when they're not doing work. An office just seems like a huge waste of money. The only time you'd get an office is to impress clients. Like, who am I trying to impress, dude? They're gonna come to me or not, you know, who gives a fuck? What do we got? What did we get? Maybe I don't like the hat shape. Which actually, the embroidered quality is decent. I look like a Chipotle worker. How would you like your burrito, sir? I gotta get expensive. I'm so disappointed. This hat isn't what I wanted at all.
Sure.
Can you give me one or two of the biggest ones?
These yours at Palm Beach. I'm not sure we want to publish names.
That we know are spending, so I guess it was also just because that's where they are.
I just don't believe in dressing in a suit because you think other people will perceive you as wealthier. It helps you to dress nice. It helps you to have fancy watches. It helps you to talk in a certain way. All of that decreases your freedom and it decreases your happiness. If I dressed in a suit all the time and I spoke more corporate, I would have consulting gigs with Salesforce easily. Salesforce, Microsoft, Google, all these guys. And because I choose to act the way I act and just kind of focus and like hermit out, yeah, it totally decreases the amount of money I'm gonna make. But my happiness level, here we are. I spent my last $3 on this poem last night. I was on the Vegas Strip. Because sometimes I'll just like walk around and I always think it makes a homeless person's day when you reach in your wallet and like give them all the cash you have, and they're always so shocked.
That's so nice.
So I did that. I got this poem. I don't think this guy was a real bum. He was an artist. This is Mint Indian Bistro. This is one of the best Indian restaurants in Las Vegas. Mint Indian Bistro. They do an all-you-can-eat buffet. And it's phenomenal. It's great.
And do you have any last words?
Keep on hustling.